Think the 2026 Dacia Sandero is cheap to own? The real costs might surprise you. What looks like the ultimate budget car up front can sometimes hide expenses most buyers never expect. Welcome back to Supercar. Today we're uncovering the true cost of owning the 2026 Dacia Sandero, and whether it still lives up to its reputation as the smartest budget choice. If you're planning to buy one, this is something you need to see first. Let's start with the sticker shock, shall we? Because while Dacia's core philosophy remains designed to cost, the reality of 2026 regulation means that simplicity now comes at a premium. The base essential trim for the 2026 model year starts right around £14,765 on the road. That is a significant increase over previous generations, largely driven by compliance with stricter safety standards like GSR2, demanding things like improved automatic emergency braking and lane assist systems that the original bare-bones Sandero never needed. This isn't Dacia getting greedy. This is the unavoidable cost of modern baseline safety being baked into the budget recipe. But the upfront purchase is just the appetizer. The main course of ownership cost analysis lies in what you feed it. When we look at the gasoline engine options, the standard TCE 100, the economy remains utterly respectable for a non-hybrid city car, hovering close to 50 miles per gallon in real-world mixed driving. However, the genuine financial game-changer, and where the Sandero truly isolates itself from its rivals, is the ecog bi-fuel model. Running on LPG, provided you can find a station, drivers report fuel costs that can slash the pump price by 30 to 40% compared to petrol. In 2026, where fuel volatility is a constant threat, that dual fuel flexibility isn't just a nice extra. It's a crucial hedge against rising energy prices, effectively giving the driver a fallback option that rivals like the Skoda Fabia simply cannot offer. Fuel is predictable, maintenance fluctuates. So how does Dacia keep those workshop bills looking like pocket change? The genius of Dacia is using tried and tested Renault components, which means complexity is low, and parts commonality is high. Routine servicing for the petrol model starts affordably, with the first A service pegged around £180, even stepping up to the crucial fourth service, which includes spark plugs and air filters, remains firmly in the budget category compared to other mainstream brands. If you commit to the service plan, the savings compound rapidly. We estimate a 3-year service package saves the owner over £300 versus paying as you go. Crucially, owners report that reliability ratings place Dacia surprisingly high, often above more expensive Continental competitors, suggesting that while the materials are basic, the engineering is robust enough to handle the daily grind without unexpected component failures. But we must talk about the elephant in the budget car segment, insurance premiums, an area where cheap cars sometimes betray their price tag. This is where the surprise element truly kicks in. Despite being the cheapest new car in the UK, the Sandero benefits from incredibly low insurance grouping, particularly in its base trims, often landing in Group 4 or 5. This translates directly into hard cash saved. While average comprehensive premiums across the UK might hover around £625, in this market climate, a Sandero driver in a low-risk area might see their annual premium dip below £350. This is often significantly cheaper than insuring a slightly older, slightly more powerful competitor, simply because the car's repair costs are lower, and its overall risk profile, thanks to standard safety kit like 6 airbags, is managed effectively by insurers. You know, the most invisible cost of car ownership is often the largest single-hit depreciation. So, does the ultra-cheap badge mean instant value destruction? Well, conventional wisdom suggests that budget cars hemorrhage value the moment they leave the forecourt. But, the 22 Nay 26 Sandero seems to defy that trend, maintaining its residual value far better than many had expected. Experts predict it will depreciate at a rate comparable to established budget rivals, losing perhaps 25% over the first 3 years. Now that sounds high compared to luxury brands, but here's the essential context. Because the initial purchase price is so low, that 25% loss on a £15,000 car is far less painful in absolute pounds than a 20% loss on a £25,000 car. When financed on a PCP deal, the significantly lower starting capital keeps the monthly payments laughably cheap compared to rivals that offer marginally better resale performance but demand much more capital up front. Now, let's address the often cited vulnerability, safety. How does the low safety rating impact resale value and overall cost of ownership in 2026? The 2-star Euro NCAP rating for the stepway variant, which shares fundamental structure with the standard car, is a clear weakness. But here's the counterintuitive truth. For the target demographic who prioritize cost above all else, this rating often matters less than their bank statement. Furthermore, Dacia has significantly upgraded the standard ADAS systems for 2026, addressing the specific software shortcomings that dragged the previous score down. While it will never match a 5-star Toyota Yaris, for the pragmatic buyer, the presence of standard AEB and Hill Start Assist fulfills the necessary legal and basic safety threshold, allowing them to prioritize the immediate savings elsewhere without feeling they bought a rolling hazard. So, we've dissected the acquisition, fuel, maintenance, and resale. But what about those optional extras that tempt buyers away from the pure budget route? This is where the careful owner saves thousands. Dacia makes its money on add-ons, and the temptation to jump from the essential trim to the feature-rich Journey or Extreme trims is real. Upgrading to the Journey tier brings in a 10-inch screen, blind spot warning, and better wheels, often adding £2,000 to £3,000 to the total price. If you opt for the hybrid powertrain, which is expected to command a premium of around £3,000 over the standard petrol, you immediately neutralize some of the initial savings advantage. The surprising truth is that maximum cost efficiency is found sticking firmly to the mid-spec Expression trim, which offers key modern must-haves like the decent touchscreen and better trim pieces without venturing into the high-cost complexity of electrification or luxury add-ons. So, as we look to the horizon of 2026, what is the final, definitive verdict on the ownership cost profile of the Sandero? The 2026 Dacia Sandero is not just a cheap car, it is a masterclass in ownership cost management. The total cost of ownership, combining a manageable purchase price, economical running costs, surprisingly low insurance and predictable depreciation, still positions it as the benchmark for budget motoring. The surprise isn't that it's suddenly expensive, but rather that Dacia has managed to integrate necessary 2026 technology, like advanced braking and improved infotainment, while keeping the resulting total cost of ownership significantly below competitors who charge far more for less flexible powertrain options. If your priority is financial predictability and maximum utility per pound spent, the 2026 Sandero proves that honesty about its mission is still the most powerful currency in the modern automotive market. Stay tuned to Supercar for more deep dives like this.